Miami, it's funny. We're in year 3 under Mario Cristobal. He's what, 12-13 overall as a head coach, right? You know, the Tyler Van Dyke experiment didn't end up working out great. You bring in Cam Ward. That game at Florida, week 1, is worth 3 years in my opinion. And I've said that multiple times. Obviously, we know why for Florida, because if Billy gets off to a bad start, they're probably going to bury him and he's gone. But if Mario loses that game at Florida, after everybody in the offseason has been pointing at Florida and laughing and saying how much of a joke they are, I think Mario, you're going to start hearing a little bit more about maybe this isn't working out. But Miami's offense is going to be doggish. This was a team that defensively I thought was led last year, even though they let them down in kind of some key moments. The turnovers weren't great last year. But you got Cam Ward. You got Damian Martinez. You've got a damn good offensive line. You've got Restrepo coming back. You've got pieces on the outside. Miami could have a top 10 offense in the country easily. Cam Ward could be a Heisman finalist very, very easily. The question to me becomes, defensively, have you replaced the guys well enough to be able to operate in the top 20, top 25, which I think they should. It still is Miami. Blaine, I'll start with you on this one. What do you think about the Hurricanes overall?
They're almost in the same boat as Nebraska to me, but a little bit ahead. Like, I think this will be another year where Miami finally becomes relevant in college football. College football needs Miami to be relevant, especially back in the day. When's the last time Miami was Miami? I mean, 2017.
Well, put the guy from Stained. It's been a while.
And you bring in this talent you have up front. If you look at their schedule, Miami has a real opportunity here to win a lot of football games. Cam Ward right now is plus 20,000 to win the Heisman. 20,000, that's $100. That's 20 bands in your pocket. What teams are you most scared of on the schedule? Florida on the road's huge. Louisville on the road. Florida State at home, we don't know. Georgia Tech on the road. Miami has the pieces, especially up front. Up front, they will be one of the best offensive lines in the nation, hands down. That's what Mario does. Last year, the games that they lost, how many turnovers did they have in those games? All of them. They had 4 turnovers.
Yeah. I think, Blaine, to answer your question, and David, to kick this over to you, we're looking at their schedule right now. If you're on audio, they go to Florida week 1, Florida A&M at home, Ball State at home, at USF, Virginia Tech at home, at Cal, at Louisville, FSU at home, Duke at home, at Georgia Tech, Wake at home, and then at Syracuse. Right now, just taking out the big games, you beat Florida A&M, you beat Ball State, you beat USF, you beat Cal, you beat Duke, you beat Wake Forest, you beat Syracuse. All right, so that's 7 right there, unless I counted wrong.
You're right.
Right? So that game at Florida, everybody talks about it's going to make or break Billy Napier. David, I think it's going to make or break Mario Cristobal. I really honestly believe that, because they go win that one at the Swamp. You get them next year at home, game 1, which is huge, but you beat them at the Swamp. Now, all of a sudden, there is a great chance you are 4-0, hosting a Virginia Tech team who I think is going to be pretty good, that people are sleeping on a little bit. Very good chance you're 6-0 going to Louisville, a team we're going to talk about in a second. And we're talking about Miami possibly winning the ACC and going to the college football playoff. But if you lose that game at Florida, David, I could see it causing a ton of problems from a momentum, locker room, standpoint.
I think Miami wins double-digit games, and I'm very close to picking them to win the conference. I think they got the best quarterback out of the transfer portal, not just the transfer portal. Remember, Cam Ward declared for the NFL draft. We thought he was gone from college football. They certainly got the most dynamic quarterback. I mean, Riley Leonard's quite good, too, in terms of what they're able to do on the football field and how good of pros they're going to be able to be. But Miami landing Cam Ward, I think, elevates them to a position to be able to win the conference. And the momentum may get derailed if they lose at Florida, which I think is the most important opening game and one of the top 5 most important non-conference games we'll see throughout the entire season. The momentum may be derailed if they go and they lose in Gainesville, which they could do, but just keep in mind, for the same reasons that we were talking about some of these other non-conference games, you can still win the ACC.
Without a doubt.
Okay? And in an expanded college football playoff, they could still make the playoff as at large, but they could win getting in by winning the conference. So look, I like what they're set up to do. Can Mario Cristobal figure it out and be the coach that Miami thought they were getting when he came over from Oregon? That's really the question.
Very true. Blaine?
I mean, no. I mean, let's remember who Cam Ward is. He's averaged 311 yards receiving, passing last year, and that's the best in the nation.
That was his average.
Yeah, you brought Cam Ward in to be the difference. And if you look at the schedule,
Him and Restrepo together.
the one guy I'm excited to watch.
Jelly, dude.
Restrepo.
He's the chosen one.
Yeah,
I mean,
he is. He's their Ricky Pearsall. He truly is. What's up, YouTube? Appreciate you guys stopping by. Hey, listen, if you don't mind, that subscribe button. If you haven't, if you have, get somebody else to subscribe. And if you've already done that, then get everyone to subscribe.